Wow, stories.
Am I the idiot? I work in publishing. Mom keeps giving my contact info to aspiring writers. I am rude to them. I am a senior editor at a publishing house. First piece of advice I got on being hired was not to tell people I work in publishing because they'll ask me to look at their manuscript. I thought this was a joke, but the first time I told someone that I was in publishing, you get one guess what they said. My mother sees this as a bonus and wants to brag to everyone and their dog about my daughter the publisher, and my daughter who could find the next J.K. Rowling, and my daughter who can part the Red Sea with only a green pen. She finishes her boasting by giving them my contact information. If I've asked her to stop it once, I've asked her to stop it 1,000 times, and yet I'm still getting contacted by the nephew of my mother's butcher or my cousin's girlfriend's cousin, saying Mum gave them my information so they could show me their work. I then tell them to get lost. I even have a template that I send back to most of them saying that there is a process in place for a reason, along with an outline of this process. If they get pushy, which they always do, I respond that the reason the process exists is so people like them don't waste my time, as I could be using this time to find a manuscript actually worth publishing, which theirs clearly isn't. Because if it was, they could go through the regular channels like everyone else, rather than contact me directly and request special treatment. In conclusion, I am not kind to these people. The consequence of this is that I am gradually ostracizing my mother from her social circles as people have begun to blame her for me reaming out their acquaintance. Mum has asked that I be nicer. I've asked her to stop putting me in this position. Mum claims that she stopped giving my info to people, and these are just the stragglers, but they just keep coming. So I'm not fully convinced that she's stopped giving out my information. I told Mum that if they get pushy after they receive the template, I reserve the right to give them everything I've got. But Mum has said that I'm being really unfair, both to her and the aspiring authors, and that I'm ruining her reputation, so I need to stop being so rude. I said I will deal with them however I feel is appropriate, and this wouldn't happen if she didn't give my info out. She says she learned her lesson, so I need to stop. I said I'll stop when people stop using her as a reference. She says that I'm enjoying humiliating and upsetting both these people and her, and that the next time she hears from me, she's expecting an apology. Am I the idiot? Edit in regards to people saying that I may be costing us potentially valuable authors. If the material can stand up on its own, then they can go through the regular process, as we will be able to identify good writing. If they don't trust that we can identify good writing, then they should not be working with us. If they do trust us, but want to skip the line anyway, then they are not someone we want to work with, as this suggests that they want special treatment, which will not end with me reading their manuscript and is likely to be a recurring theme throughout working with them. Not the idiot. I used to work for a bookstore reviewing and rejecting local self-pubbed author submission. I know exactly how pushy aspiring authors can be. Everyone sucks here. Your mom was wrong for giving out your contact information, but that doesn't allow you to make an ass out of yourself to these people. If they're a massive egotistical douche, then sure, respond in kind. But you cannot justify laying into people unprovoked. It sounds like narcissism is running both ways here. I get it, it probably isn't worth your time, and they should go through the proper channels. It's 2021. Can't be that hard to block a phone number or email address. Also, not that hard to get a new number or email address. Am I the idiot for telling my sister the only reason her BF is with her is because of his fetish? My sister, female 25, and I, female 22, grew up in the Deep South. My dad is almost 400 pounds and my mom is close. I grew up as a fat kid, however, when I started college and moved to a very fitness-friendly state, Colorado. I lost a lot of weight. I started to care more about my looks. I became a personal trainer last year and got a rhinoplasty recently to fix my crooked humped nose. My sister decided to move up with me. My sister was not very approving of my weight loss, nor was she happy I did a lot to change my appearance. While we get along wonderfully most of the time, we still have fights about her thinking I'm vain. My sister's weight is around 300 pounds. I have offered her help, however she just tells me life isn't about looks. Frankly, I don't care what she looks like, I just want her to be healthy and confident. My sister sometimes acts out at me a lot, especially when it comes to guys. When we have gone to bars, people can be cruel, saying, "What your sisters couldn't tell," or outwardly paying more attention to me. I defend her when I see it, but it still hurts her confidence. She has cried to me multiple times about dating, asking why can't anyone accept her for who she is. In Jan, my boyfriend of 2 years cheated on me. My sister told me that maybe he left me because I was too vain and high maintenance. I ignored her. Around the time of the breakup, she started dating a guy, and I was happy for her. However, the guy gave off some weird vibes, the way he looked at my sister when she ate, and making plans when my sister and I are supposed to do healthy activities. Since then, my sister has gained a massive amount of weight and has become more hostile towards me. Her boyfriend buys her large quantities of unhealthy food and insists that she needs to eat more. He is weirdly touchy with her and often dismisses things she says. They don't talk and just watch TV. She hasn't met his friends or family yet also. She complains how he never posts about her on social media. About a month ago, I had a friend over. This friend is interested in fetishes, and they recognized my sister's BF from a feeder site. I didn't want to bring it up with my sis because that didn't seem like it was my place, but it worried me greatly. I recently downloaded multiple dating apps, and my sister, like any sister, wants to see who I matched with. I showed her, and she immediately said the only reason I got these matches is because I'm shallow. She then told me I might be more successful if I stop worrying so much about my looks, and said that her boyfriend loves her for her personality, not her looks, and girls who look really good get men who want them just for their looks. This angered me to the point where I told my sis that her boyfriend is a feeder, and he doesn't love her. If he did, he would put her health over his fetish and actually want to introduce her to the people in his life. My sister has refused to talk to me for a week so far, and calls me a horrible person along with my parents joining in. Not the idiot. Your intentions were good, and this guy is sending off red flags for you. However, you gotta respect that your sister is an adult, I assume, and is going to make her own choices. All you can do is show her the proof from the feeder site, as one user suggested, and let her know you care about her. You think she deserves better, and you'll always be there for her. You could approach this much more lovingly. Everyone sucks here. It was a bad way to lash out in response. But you are a very soft AS. I can't really blame you for lashing out after all the abuse she puts you through just for caring about your appearance and being healthy. It seems like she wants to put you down to raise herself up. She is a major idiot. Honestly, she needs a reality check. She probably needs a doctor to scare her, and maybe a therapist.